Hello students, good afternoon. My name is Professor Priyanka Bansode, working as an assistant professor in computer science and engineering at BMIT Engineering College. So in this video, we are going to cover programming language, okay, that is advanced C concept. Advanced C concept. So first of all, we know the basics of C programming. C programming language is the general purpose language which is used for developing a softwares like databases, compilers, operating systems and so on. So C programming is an excellent language to learn to program for beginners. So this is all about the basic C programming. Okay, now we will learn the advanced C concept which is based on the standard C language. So as I told now, C is a general purpose language. So general purpose language which features like which features like a economy of expression, model control flow and data structures and rich set of operators. So it's intended to use for anyone who knows the basics of C programming and wants to know more. So now we first point we will see the C preprocessor. Okay. C preprocessor. Okay, what do you mean by C preprocessor? Okay, basically C processor is something which is not a part of a compiler. And what is that mean? Preprocessor means that process will whenever we use hash symbol, it represent the preprocessor, and preprocessor means that process will happen even before the compilation. That is a pre-compilation part. So that particular time compiler will remain still remaining. Compiler is not working that time. So that time whenever will happen will be taken by the time of a compilation. Okay, so something which happened before the actual processing start is carried by the preprocessor. Okay, so here we have see, this is a diagram and working of a preprocessor. First of all, C processor gives the input in the form of a handwritten program, okay, which is used for taking a input for a text editor. Okay, text by using a text editor we can write a program. This input goes to the C source file. Okay, means whatever text editor written a code, that code will be saved in the form of a .c, that is pri.c. Okay, this input goes to the preprocessor. Preprocessor works on that means preprocessor work on a pri.c file and gives the output in the form of extended source file, that is pri.i. Okay, which is input to the compiler. Okay, compiler works on the pri.i source file and gives the output in the form of a object file. Okay, object file or object code which is represented as a pri.object, that is object file. Okay, this object file goes next for a linker. Okay, linker can work on a object file and gives the output in the form of a executable code. That is our final output. Okay, that is in the form of a .exe extension. Okay, this is all about the preprocessor. Okay, now we will see there are many list of preprocessor directives. We will see one by one. Okay, preprocessor has three types. Okay, three types. First one is a macro substitution. Macro substitution. Okay, next one is header file inclusion. Header file inclusion. And third one is conditional compiler directive. Conditional compiler directive. Okay, these are the types of preprocessor. Okay, again macro substitution contains the hash define. Okay, first macro substitution use the hash define. Okay, which is used for the macro. We are already covered the basic constant things in our basic C programming. Okay, so if you want you can also use this hash define in your for containing a constant values. Okay, next one is a hash include, which is used for header file inclusion. This header file inclusion. Okay, hash include which are doing in any other programs. Okay, like for example hash include stdio.h, hash include conio.h and hash include lib.h. These are the files, header files, which we are included in our own program. Okay, so whenever your file is included, that actually means that single hash include line replaces all the text which there inside your header file. Okay, next one is a undef. Okay, these types of directives are come in the conditional compiler. Okay, compiler control. Compiler control directives. Okay, these are comes in the type of compiler control directives. Okay, in that first we will see undef. Okay, undef, when we are define something, already defined something, means suppose we have defined some macros, some files, that time we can't use this undef. But if we undef, means undefine the definition of that macro, that time we will use this hash undef directives. Okay, next one is a if def or if undef. Okay, these are the directives. If you are go for a particular condition before the actual program starts, that time we will use these if def or if and def condition or directives. Okay, so the same thing if I want to do before the actual program. Okay, next one is a error. Hash error. Error prints the error message if there is any error. So that time hash error directive is used. If in program there is any error and that will be print on the screen, that time we will use this error hash error directives. Okay, next now looks the now we will look on the implementation of preprocessor directives. Okay, first implementation of directives. First one is hash define max array length 20. Okay, in this implementation of directive, that is macro substitution, hash define is the macro. Okay, max array length is the macro name. Okay, and 20 is the value of macro. Okay, the implementation of macro is in the form of write in the form of this. Okay, the syntax of macro is hash define identifier and value. Okay, suppose for example hash define pi and value is 3.14. Okay, this is one type of a macro substitution. Okay, the example of this macro is hash define pi 3.14. Here is the macro is a pi and their value containing 3.14. Okay, next we will see next type of preprocessor directive is hash include. Hash include stdio.h or hash include my header dot h. Okay, suppose our file is in same location. Okay, the program containing the file in the same location, that time we will use this type of directive, that is hash include stdio.h. Suppose we use in program our C basic programming, that time we use for input output purpose conio.h. Okay, this is one system header file. Okay, system header file, and hash include my header.h. this is custom header file or user created header file. Header file. Okay. So these are the file inclusion directives. Okay, in that hash include and hash include my header, these there are two types. First one, we use angular bracket, and second double quotes. Okay, for one is through the double there are two types of file inclusion. Okay, first one is through represent through the angular brackets, and second one is by using double quotes. Okay, one if you are using angular brackets, that means your header file must be at the same location which is been defined by the your environment. Every editor of a C programming has environment where you can set the location. Okay, but if you have placed or if you have any customized header file, that time you will be use double quotes. Okay, you want to include in your program that you can use the double quotes. Okay, double quotes with the absolute or relative path. The location will be absolute or relative path. Last one is error. As I told now, error directive is used for representing or printing the error on the screen. That time we will use hash error directive. Okay. So now hash include conio.h or hash include stdio.h. These are the header files. These are the header files which are at the same location. At the same location in the same location. Hash include is my header dot h. This name will be different. For user defined name will be given to for including the file. Okay, this all about the C preprocessor. So next class we will see the types of preprocessor and what are the main purpose of the directives. We will see in the next lecture. Be continue with that. Thank you. Okay.